I'm out here today because my boyfriend brought me some mullein from West Virginia, lots of it. And we're gonna dry some to use for, we've both got asthma and he's got some other lung issues, so we're gonna give this a shot, see if it helps. But some of these he brought with the roots still attached, and I've read you can replant the roots, so that's what I'm gonna try to do. It's in the ground. Oh, it's such a pretty plant. It's so fluffy, so soft. So I put it in this spot because it does say it requires at least 6 hours of sun, but some shade. I think it would be too shaded over here, too sunny over there, so I think hopefully this will be a good spot for it right here. I was just leaning over here to just look down in my bed, and I caught a whiff of something sweet. This is my dill. It smells good, like sweet. Oh my gosh. Look at it. I had no idea that it had a fragrance like that. That's not good. But, oh look, they're already doing it. They're already eating my tomato. My one and only tomato. You little buggers. Oh, that sucks. I got another flower blossom there though. So this is strange. I thought the leaves on my blueberry were getting brown and rusty. That's a caterpillar, you guys. What awesome camouflage. Got me some chamomile flowers, dry out to add to some tea. And this is not my first, it's actually my second datil pepper or datil pepper. I'm sure there's others on the plant somewhere, but that's the only one I see right now. I love this plant so much. Hey guys, I have no idea how long it's been since I started this video, probably at least a week. And I wanted to update you guys, show you what my garden's looking like. I am amazed every time I come out here. I didn't expect this garden to do well. It's so sandy and rocky, and I thought that it was going to be a huge disappointment. And there's still time for it to be a huge disappointment. But it's looking so beautiful to me right now, and I wanted to share that with you guys. The camera really doesn't do it justice. Corn is about waist high, and it's starting to send out its tassels. Squash or cantaloupe, I don't even know what's what anymore, but this plant is crawling across this row and into the other one, which is crawling across that row and into the other one. Peppers I planted with you guys are starting to grow. All my vining plants are starting to take off. I've got squash fruits over there. I don't know if they were pollinated. The tomatoes I put in the ground with you guys, they're doing good. Cucumbers. My pole beans have all pulled themselves, and I added some strings going up because they were getting too tall, and they're climbing the strings as well. I showed you the mullein that my boyfriend brought back and I put in the ground, and it looked like it was gonna die, but it's bounced back, and I think it's gonna make it. I'm really excited about that. And look here, look at that. Again, I don't know if it was pollinated, but I was so excited to see that. These plants just look so lovely, despite the fact that I do have vine borers. I've covered up most of the evidence, but there's definitely bugs getting in, and I'm hoping that they'll do something before they're completely ruined. My okra is starting to get taller. The little watermelons, it's just shooting off there, and those are coming up. See this vine, I swear it gets longer and longer every time I come out here, and it looks so healthy. I don't really understand how. I don't understand how everything looks this healthy. Here's that cucumber I told you guys I put the stakes in and they were going to be way too short. Well, they definitely were, but this plant, it just looks so lovely. And I added some more string here, one going up that way and one coming this other way for it to latch onto, and it's been finding it and growing. This is grass. I don't know if I've told you guys about this yet, but this is a wild grass I found out in the woods or along the woods. And when it's mature, it's like this really beautiful, like pale gray purple color. And every time I see it, it's just so beautiful that I saw some seed heads on it, and I decided to bring some seeds home and see if I could get it to sprout for me. And I did. And this is several plants, I'm sure. But I'm actually really excited. It's crazy because it's just grass, but it's just so pretty, and it grows really tall and lovely, and I just think it'll look lovely in my garden. And then this is a dandelion that I started from seeds I collected. Started it in my greenhouse and then transplanted it out here. And I know a lot of people think dandelion is a weed. There's lots of money spent on advertising for these companies that provide things for you to kill this with. Dandelion is an amazing medicinal plant, and there's a reason they want you to get rid of it. It has healing properties, and they don't want you to know that. But I've been using it for a while, and so I'm excited to introduce dandelion into my garden. So here you can see kind of what my soil, I don't even like calling this soil, this is sand. It's sand. But you can see what happens when I try to water. The water does not soak in, it just kind of beads off. The top layer gets wet, but then underneath it's completely dry. So it does not soak in. So I've had a lot of issues. I have been using like grass clippings and leaf mulch to try to help hold that moisture in. But what I've resorted to doing is just flooding my valleys. So basically I put a water hose at the start of each of these little valleys, and I just let the water run down for about 10-15 minutes, and it fills these little valleys up. And I'm guessing that that works well enough for these plants to get water, because we've had no rain. We've had forecasts of rain for several days in a row. I keep checking the weather reports on the radars, and it keeps telling me that we're going to get rain, and then I never see it, and I check it again and it says it's still, like, it's changed to a couple days away, and it's overcast and it feels nice out today, but no rain. We haven't had rain in weeks, and I don't understand how these plants are not dying. I've only done the flooding thing twice. Somehow these plants are still surviving and thriving despite the drought conditions and the sandy soil, dirt that they're living in. Here is that raised bed I did a video on recently, and things are taking off in here as well. We do have some bug damage. We've got some powdery mildew forming on those, as well as my dahlia. I was not aware that that was a risk factor in dahlias, but here we are. I actually had the opportunity to hand pollinate one of my squashes today, so I'm really excited. Hopefully I can get that before the bugs do. This tomato that I had on here, the bugs just kept attacking. Well, it looks like I've had a spider come in and take care of some of those bugs. I don't know if you can see that. And they were just destroying that fruit. Actually, when I pulled it off and opened it up, it was already rotten inside. It was still green. Have I showed you my thyme? This is a second-year plant for me. It did absolutely nothing last year, and I was kind of devastated. It started taking off this spring, and it's doing so well. Other than these like white spots all over them, I'm not sure what that is, if it's sun damage or bug damage, but it smells amazing, and it just keeps growing, and I cannot wait for this to be a huge patch of thyme. I love thyme so much. I've just cut back all of my Easter lilies because the foliage was starting to look yucky, but they're putting on, they're gonna have babies, look. So I've got lots and lots of Easter lilies here. I'm hoping maybe I can sell some of these off. We'll see. And then I want to show you this. So this is one of my dwarf banana plants. This stands about, I don't think it even comes up to my knee. There's 2 of them here. And this is as big as this one gets. This is as big as the one in my front yard gets. But let me show you what the one in the greenhouse looks like. Look at this monster. This is massive. This is a pup that came from that one out there. So this one was in the greenhouse over winter. The ones outside, they all died back over winter. I do give this one, anytime I do any like trimmings, grass clippings, pull any weeds, I put it around the base of it. It also got some fresh chicken manure compost, which is not supposed to be a good thing. Fresh is supposed to be really hot for your plants and could burn them up, but it has been loving it. This plant is so big compared to the others, and I'm really hoping that means that I'll get some bananas this year. My silver stripe pothos, I know this isn't vegetable related, but it seems to be loving life right now. It's sending up shoots all over the place, and my philodendron just keeps popping out new leaves. My ring of fire, very nice. I just up-potted a few of my variegated hibiscus cuttings. I love plants that can be propagated by cutting, and so I've got 3 of these now. There's another one down there. I've got some mulberries that I've up-potted, and let me show you the mother plant over here. So this is the mother plant, and I just love those variegated leaves. With these, and like I've got oregano that I just took pieces of my mother plant and stuck babies in the soil, and it took a while, but they're starting to take off and they look really healthy. As well as some Texas sage and some black diamond crepe myrtle. It's really hard to tell that that's black diamond. I've got another one. This is the other one here, and let me show you what the mom looks like. This is the Texas sage. This is the mom, and I got it to flower for the first time since I brought it home from the nursery. This plant does not like to be watered. Every time I water it, it gets sick. But this is the mother black diamond crepe myrtle. So it's this really dark red, almost black plant that puts off these beautiful red blooms. I have not got it to bloom yet. Y'all, we've had 0 trains today until I decided that I wanted to shoot a video. This is the 3rd one in less than 5 minutes. So the reason for all these cuttings, all these new plant starts, you guys know that I've been selling like elderberry and mulberry cuttings online. But I've also told you that I've started listing things locally on Craigslist and things like that. Selling fresh, farm fresh eggs, hatching eggs. I say selling, I haven't sold anything yet because my social anxiety just keeps getting in the way. I have multiple people who are interested in buying quail from me and hatching eggs, and every single time somebody reaches out and they're ready to meet up for purchase, I get paralyzed. I have a lady that's supposed to be coming Tuesday, and I'm just like, I'm this close to backing out because I'm just so nervous, and I don't know what to do about it. Like, this could be a really good side hustle for me, and my anxiety just keeps getting in the way, and I really hate it, and I wish I could figure out how to deal with this. It's really bothering me. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know. And I just got to push through it, but it's so hard. Like, I'm worried. I don't know what I'm worried about. I feel like I'm going to be embarrassed. I don't know. I don't understand it. It's driving me crazy. I believe this is one of my habaneros. Is looking really nice. It shot up a lot within the last week or so. This is one of my jalapenos from last year. Both of these are from last year. I got a little pepper off of this one already. This is my oregano that when I tried to care for it, it wouldn't do anything, and now that I've left it alone and completely ignored it, it's filling out. But once again, it's got all those white spots all over it. And I guess it can't be sun damage because this is definitely hidden from the sun. So I'm not sure what that is, if anybody knows. It's growing in here, and I didn't plant it. Obviously some kind of vegetable, but I don't know what kind of vegetable. I don't know how it ended up in here. Anybody recognize it? My voodoo lily popped back up again. Every year I forget that I have this thing until it comes up. And it's got lots of little babies. Thinking about selling some of those. I keep saying that every year, and so far I have not. But it's one of my favorite plants ever because of this stalk. Is just gorgeous. And I thought I'd show you guys the quail babies. They're growing up so fast. I'm getting ready to move them out. The only reason they're not out yet is because the lady wants to pick out her babies, and it'd be easier for me to show her if they're by themselves and not with the older ones. Okay, so I've got to go inside. I've got some eggs boiling right now. My mother-in-law is going to make some egg salad to go along with a ham that she's cooking, and she asked me if I would cook some eggs up, so I did 2.5 dozen, and I need to go check on those. But I wanted to give you guys some updates on the different things, and make sure I put an end to this video because I've been forgetting to do that lately, and just say thank you guys for hanging out with me, for being here. I appreciate you guys, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Bye guys.